What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Ralphdatrader here, back with another video. In today's video, I want to share with you guys some trades that we could have taken on NQ, also known as NAS100, for 50 points a day, trading just this one instrument this previous week. All right, and before we get into this video, small disclaimer: this video is only for educational purposes. I'm not here to give anyone any trading advice. Trading is risky, so trade at your own risk. All right. Now, before we get started, like I always say, the levels that I use are the previous week's high, okay, which is identified as this maroon line here. Previous week's low, okay. We use the previous day's highs and lows, which are identified as the purple lines, okay. We also use closing price, which is identified as the spring green line. And last but not least, we use the 100 pip box, which is identified as these black lines here. Okay. Now, getting into our trade that happened on Monday. Okay. Trade for Monday. Now, Monday was a holiday, was a bank holiday. So Monday was Memorial Day. Okay. Now, what I like to look for when I'm trading, okay, I like to wait to see if one of those levels, okay, have been triggered, be it the previous week's high, previous day's high, um, previous week's low, previous day's low, okay. I'm waiting to see if one of those levels have been triggered, and then I'm waiting to see what happens during the session that I'm trading, which is the New York session, and I'm using a 5-minute time frame. Now, if one of those levels have not been triggered, then I just pay attention to price action. I'm just looking to see how price is behaving at the round numbers or closing price. Okay, and just paying attention to market structure. All right. So now, as we can see, looking at this chart, we can see that Friday did close in a uptrend. So the market closed in a bullish momentum. Okay, we closed bullish. All right, we're closing in an uptrend. So now, once the trading day opened, all right, on Sunday, all right, we can see that in the Asian session, the market gave a nice move to the downside, all right, coming right up underneath of the 50 level, but then we can see that price started to accumulate, consolidate, whichever term you feel like using, but price has started accumulating. And we got into the London session. Price, once again, it triggers our closing price level, started accumulating, collecting orders basically right at our closing price level. Now, once this 12 candle window open, all right, now trading the futures, all right, the 12 candle window, the session is going to open up at 9 a.m. All right, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the session opens up at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have not had a previous day's high or a previous day's low triggered. All right, nothing has been triggered. So we're coming into our timing window. All right, at 9:30, we get a nice push to the upside. All right, so price takes out the previous, I mean, not the previous, but price takes out the current day's high. Okay, price takes out the current day's high, pushes above our double zero level. Okay, pushes above our double zero level, and we can see price came. Then it didn't come at least 25 to 50 points outside the 100 pip box. So, you know, not really a stop hunt, but price came outside the 100 pip box. It gave you this nice engulfing candle here. Now, depending on the type of trader that you are, all right, you probably scalp this down. But knowing that Monday is a bank holiday, so you shouldn't be trying to hold on to a trade. Now, the trade that I would have taken, and I think that most of us would have taken based off what we've learned from SB. And like I say, some traders would not have taken this trade because a previous day's high or previous day's low wasn't triggered, all right, right off the bat. Okay. So, but understanding that we are in a uptrend and prices just accumulating at our closing price level. So price breaks out, taking out the current day's high. Now price comes back and give us a retracement pullback. All right. right above closing price level, and just understanding the market structure and seeing that price is holding above 50. Okay, so coming into our session, we get the retracement during the timing window right here during the third hour at 10 a.m. All right, we're in that third hour. You can see how price is failing to continue going lower. At 10:30, we get this engulfing. All right, and here's your trade back up to the high. All right, previous day's high. So this was you definitely had a 50-point move out of this if you would have taken this trade at 9:35, gotten in right here at 9:35. We definitely would have called our 50 points. All right, so there's our 50 points right there. So on Monday during the Memorial Day on the holiday, all right, you could have called 50 points. Now, like I said, no previous day's high or previous day's low was triggered. This trade is just based off of understanding market structure and understanding the trend that you're in and seeing that prices just accumulating off of closing price levels. So we just stayed in line with the trend. Okay. Now coming into Tuesday, all right, coming into Tuesday, I think we had some major red news out. Let me check the calendar, see what we had for Tuesday. Now on Tuesday, we had major red news out at 10 a.m. Okay. Major red news out at 10 a.m. You can see that price closed in breakout mode. All right. So we closed above the previous day's high on Monday. Now coming into Tuesday, all right, coming into Tuesday, we can see that for some reason the indicator didn't put the Monday's high on there. So let's mark up Monday's high. So Monday's high was here. So we can see during the London session, Monday's high has been triggered. All right. So we have a trigger. All right. Now this don't mean we just finna sell right off the bat. Now, remember, I'm trading the New York session. All right. So coming to the charts. All right. During our session, you can notice that the previous day's high has been triggered, and doing the London session and then rolling over into the gap time pre-market. All right, rolling over into that pre-market, we can see that the market has started breaking down and the market started accumulating once again, coiling sideways. Now the session opens up at 9 a.m. You get a nice 1, 2, 3. Remember, we had news out at 10 a.m. All right, you get a nice 1, 2, 3. All right, market has already started breaking down. Want to wait until after 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, they hit these lower highs that was put in place. So whoever had stops in up here, 9:30 came and grabbed those guys, and then now we could have entered anywhere in here. Okay, we could have entered anywhere up in this area before the 00 level and had a nice 50-point move on a Tuesday and been out of the trade before the 10 a.m. news. So if we just got in, just say you got in once price broke below here, all right, you could have entered and took it all the way down and got your 50 points. All right, so our 50 points was right around this area, right in here. Okay, so you could have just either gotten in on this candle or you could have gotten in on this candle here. But more than likely, 9 times out of 10 for me, I usually just wait until price probably usually break these lows. So I'm gonna get in like right around this area right here. I'm gonna get in usually typically around that area. And like I say, we had our 50 points. Okay, 50 points was hit. All right, those our 50 points was hit. All right, previous day's high was triggered. Market started breaking down. All right, you can see how market started taking out these lows here. All right, started taking out those lows, got in and out before the major red news. Okay, now that was only in the New York session. There was also other trade opportunities, but I'm only discussing the New York session. All right, let me just remove this so we don't get confused. All right, now going into Wednesday. All right, going into Wednesday, we can see that once the session opens up during the Asian session, the market just started dumping. All right, so when you come into your New York session, all right, when we coming into our New York session, we notice that our previous day's low has been triggered. And let's see if we had any news out on Free Cash Wednesday. So we had no major red news out on Free Cash Wednesday. Okay. Market started dumping. All right. The market started dumping. Previous day's low was triggered. Okay. So coming into our New York session, you can see we had the nice dump down. Session opens up at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want to wait until after 9:30. All right. So previous day's low was triggered. Now we have other time frame traders in the market. Okay. So we have other time frame traders driving this market, right? We get the nice push to the downside. Okay. So if you want to count the pushes, I don't, but you had one push, pull back, two pushes, pull back, third push. All right. Price goes sideways, engulfing. All right. At 9:30, there's our confirmation. We had no major red news. All right. Gave us this little small W down here at the bottom. Price also came almost about 50 pips outside the 100 pip box, giving us the stop hunt. All right. Then 9:30 candle closes above these swing highs that was put in place here. Giving this is our confirmation candle for a long trade back to the upside. Now we want to get in. We want to get filled at the best price possible. Okay. So whenever you want to buy something, you want to buy it at the cheapest price possible. Okay. So we want to wait until we get at least see if we're going to get a pullback. All right. At least see if we're going to get a pullback, in which we did. Market did pull back. All right. About 50% of this engulfing candle. So we could have taken an entry right around in this area here. And then we just could have taken it up. All right. And got our 50 points. Okay. There's our 50 right there. We got our 50 points. So that's so far, that's 3 days of catching 50 points. So you're at 150 points on the day, even though the trades ran even further than that, but you had opportunities in the session, all right, during the timing window for 50 points. Now, going into Thursday, all right, going into Thursday, and now just, I'm not looking at first red day, first green day, all right? I'm just trading, based off my understanding how I simplified this for myself, okay? Now, coming into Thursday, we can see that once the session opened up that next day during the Asian session, once again, the previous day's low was triggered. Now, once we get into our New York session, all right, we can see that the previous day's low has been triggered. But when we get into our New York session, where is price? Price is up high, all right? Price is up high above our 100 pip, all right? We're at the top part of our 100 pip box. Now, this is where I think a lot of traders, they get confused. All right. So on Thursday, we had major red news out at 8:30 and at 10 a.m. Okay. Eastern Standard Time, we had major red news. Now, the previous day's low was triggered. All right. Now, when you come to your session, whichever session that you're trading, where is price? Okay. So when the previous day's low was triggered during the London session, we was down low. Okay. So you have the opportunity to go long on that trade. But once we get into the New York session, okay, we can see that they had to pump the market up to the upside. And remembering that we had major red news out at 8:30. Okay, so we had major red news out at 8:30, which is this candle right here. And we also had major red news out at 10 a.m. So we want to wait until after 10 a.m., like Stacy says. So right here is our 10 a.m. candle. This is 10 a.m. Now we can see that at 9:30, it's 9:30 candle, all right? This is basically what Stacy calls a death candle, all right? Look at this 9:30 candle take out all these lows here. It's taking out all these lows, but we want to wait until after 10 a.m., all right, to see if a setup presents itself, okay? So we had major red news at 10 a.m., all right? Next candle, 10:05, you get a rejection, all right, off of 50, all right, you get a rejection off of 50. Price comes back with another nice momentum candle. All right, you get a nice momentum candle. So now you want to wait for a pullback, a retracement. All right, and for me, I like to see at least two candles for a retracement. Okay, two candles for a retracement. Now price starts to retrace. All right, gives me some bearish momentum. All right, price is making lower lows and lower highs. So we come in, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Boom. Here's your trade entry. Now for me, I like to take an aggressive entry sometimes. I like to get in before that candle even closes. So I would have entered this trade right around this area as it broke this wick. All right. And I would have held it. I would have been targeting the low, but we just want to target our 50 points. All right. So there's your 50 points right there. All right. Not just because price has triggered our previous day's low that we want to hit the buy button. Where is price when your session opens? The session that you're trading, where is price? Okay. Price was up high. All right. Price was up high when our previous day's low was triggered once we got into our New York session. And knowing that we had major red news out at 8:30 and at 10 a.m., price started breaking down. This 9:30 candle took out all these lows. This was the death candle, all right? That was the death candle. So depending on, how good you are, what I mean? Some people might have got in up here at the 50 level, but like I said, we did have major red news out at 10 a.m. and you want to wait for confirmation. So this was the trade, all right? Low hanging fruit trade. I guess that's what Stacy called it. But me, I'm just looking at how um price is reacting and just understanding I had news and knowing that just because price took out a previous day's low, I'm not looking to hit the buy button when I'm not even down, I'm not down low to where I need to take a buy button and price is not showing me that. First is how when price took out the previous day's low on free cash Wednesdays, look at the difference. We're down low. We came 50 points outside the 100 pip box, 930 engulfed back to the upside for the long opportunity. Now, once we get into Thursday, price triggers previous day's low, but once we get into our New York session, we're at the top part of the 100 pip box. And then we need to wait until after the news, all right, at 10 a.m. And the news happened at 10 a.m. And then we got the move to the downside. All right. So now let's go into Free Cash Friday and see what opportunity presented itself in Free Cash Friday. Now, once the next day open up, the next trading day open up, we can see that the market on Thursday closed in breakout. We have triggered the previous week's low and we close. You can see that we close outside of the low of the day. All right. We closed outside of the previous week's low. All right. Close outside of that previous week's low. Now, when the session opened up the next day, all right, the next trading day, we can see that the previous low was triggered. All right. So we had market closing in breakout. All right. So we have other time frame traders driving this market. Okay. In the session, the next trading day opens up on Friday. All right. That Thursday heading into Friday, the previous day's low was triggered. Okay. Thursday's low was triggered. So now we got everybody in the market. Everybody's in the market. Price just starts to accumulate. Now, once we get into our session, all right, once the New York session opens up, where's price? Once again, okay, price is up high again. Excuse me. And what do we have for news out? So on Free Cash Friday, we had major red news out at 8:30. Now remember, like I told you guys, when you're trading on the futures platform, the session opens up at 9 a.m. Okay, so 8:30 is not even in my timing window. So here's our 8:30 news candle. All right, 8:30 news candle is here. All right, previous week's low was triggered. Previous day's low was triggered. Everybody's in the market. All right, but where is price when my session opens? 9 a.m. is when my session opens. Price is up high, just like it was on Thursday. So now where's 9:30? 9:30 is here. All right, market has started to break down. All right, market has started to break down. Now we get this engulfing candle. All right, now this might have fooled some people because we had this engulfing candle, but my understanding of the market, okay, and from what I've learned over, the time of trading, for me, when price is at a weekly level, and this is just me, I'm not looking to take a long trade unless price closes above that weekly level, gives me a retest, and show me confirmation that it's going to go long. Okay, so I would not have even though you got this engulfing, okay, because you're thinking, all right, previous week's low was triggered, previous day's low was triggered. Okay, 9:30, I'm here. Boom. They give me this engulfing candle at 9:35, and then boom, you in. No, that's not that's not the way that I do it. Okay, that's not how I trade. because I know that that weekly is a strong level. All right, that previous week level is a strong level of support and resistance. So I need to wait until price closes above that level, gives me a retest, and show me, give me a pin hammer, tweezer bottom, engulfing W to show me that it's going to continue to go long. All right, but we did not get that. All right, so price rejected that level, right? Give you this engulfing, and here's your trade entry. Now this thing dropped over 200 points. All right, so here's your trade entry right here. All right, and we're at and if you just pay attention to where we're at, all right, price entered into a new 100 pip box. All right, we was up here. All right, 9:30 came, we entered into a new 100 pip box. So we're the top part of that 100 pip box. Price is right at 18,600 price level. Gives you this engulfing candle right here. Your trade entry is here. So on this candle right here at 9:50, you could have been into the trade. You could have gotten in at 9:50 and got out 50 points. Okay. Could have gotten out 50 points. 50 points was here, but this was an all-in day. Okay. This was an all-in day. All right. But that's it. Every day this week, you could have caught 50 points or more trading just this one instrument. All right. Now, like I said, some of this stuff is things that I've already known and just what I've incorporated into what I've learned from Stacy. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys get some value out of this video. If you got some value out of it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below and let me know if it was helpful for you guys. And I will just continue to make more videos like this. With that being said, like always, man, work hard, stay disciplined, and be patient, and know that your time will come. Peace and love. Have a good one.